Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, has had a baby. Don't worry if you hadn't heard about it. For some weird reason, nobody's covering it today. You'd think that would be news, but apparently not. But don't worry, we're not just covering this because it's out there. We actually have a lot of information about this baby. We know that it's probably white. Okay, it's between about 6 inches and 5'2" in height, something like that, and weighs roughly 1 baby weight or something. And in fact, we actually have a photo of the baby, if we could bring that up.
There's some chance that's not the baby.
Full disclosure, that is not actually the baby, but it's a freaking baby, so who cares?
They all look the same.
They all look the same. They're this big. There's only so much room for features on a baby. But she had the baby. The world is going crazy with royal baby fever, and so now we're going to discuss it a little bit. What do you think?
I've got a lot to say about this, even though I hate this story.
Me too.
So I wanted to do the story to just a vent on it.
It's like a newsroom.
No, look. Okay, so wall to wall, every single news station. Oh, we have a baby. We have a baby. We have a royal baby. Oh my God! Can you believe a human being has exited the uterus of a female? Okay, I know, it's big news.
And on top of that, it's a boy. That's a huge, big deal.
Now, if it was some crummy girl or something,
that'd be the worst. The country would be in ruins. But it's interesting. There was a CNN advisor, it was Victoria Arbiter, who called Kate brilliant for having a boy.
Oh, yeah.
She was brilliant.
I love that.
Britain, they use that for everything.
Yeah.
Though, so.
Well played. Well played, really. Nicely done.
But on top of that, isn't it, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it's the male sperm that determines the sex of the baby.
Yeah,
so
damn
she
straight.
really didn't do
No
much.
offense, Kate, you're brilliant, but, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and look, the coverage was too, I mean, simultaneously, we have MSNBC, CNN, Fox News in the studio. We have 3 monitors, simultaneously all covering it. Breaking news, the family's happy they had a baby. Oh my, well, thank God. Also today earlier, I had a sandwich, just in case you were wondering. It's more relevant news.
And this dude, the little dude, the best chance he has of being king is either 78 years from now.
That's pretty cute.
Okay? Because look, his great-grandmother's still in charge.
Yeah.
I mean, poor Prince, what's his face, Albert?
We don't know the name yet.
No.
I'm guessing Joffrey, but I'm not entirally sure. You're talking about his father.
No, that's the funny thing. Grandfather. His grandfather still hasn't gotten the throne 212 years later because his great-grandmama will not go away. Yeah. Okay, God bless, God bless.
By the way,
okay, God save the Queen.
She personally commanded troops for Britain in World War I, so she's been around for a long time.
Okay, so either he's not going to be in charge for 78 years, in which case he still won't be in charge because they have a parliament. Yeah. This is all just Muppet shows, okay? Or he's in charge because of the most horrific tragedy in English history.
The British Red Wedding.
Right. Yeah, they go to a wedding, and they're like, Lord Frey seems so pleasant. Yeah. I'll have some of his salt. Yeah. Oh, no. Okay.
It's kind of refreshing, though, to have a bit of nice news. It's like this innocent baby story, because the news focus on such negative things. So at least there's that, right?
Well, I hear you on that, except I'm about to make it negative. Okay. So look, this kid is born into unbelievable privilege. It's not his fault. I mean, bless his heart. I mean, somebody's got to be born into privilege, right? But the whole world is watching him. And there's a downside to that, too, by the way. I mean, if you live in a bubble and the whole world's watching you the entire time, that's got to suck in a lot of ways. But, I mean, he has all these advantages. The British taxpayers are going to pay how many millions of pounds for this kid throughout his life? Yeah. Literally 10, 20 million pounds, his mansions, everything.
Education,
everything, clothing, whatever. Now they say, oh, no, it's okay, we're going to make it up from tourism, etc., because we put on the Muppet Show, and oh, look, God save the Queen. It doesn't matter. It's a show. It's a show. They're not actually the Queen. People are oh, but what if there's a war? The troops in Iraq, there were British troops in Iraq and Afghanistan, oh, I do declare, really, morale is low. I wonder what the Queen has to say. Oh, we've got a new baby. It'd be king in 87 years. Oh, my morale is quite lifted, I tell you. Okay, it has nothing to do with it.
You're a little bit more anti-British than I. I didn't like the coverage of the story. I don't have a problem with the royal family. I think it's weird and archaic, but a lot of countries around the world still have royal families, even if they possess no real power. And by the way, I forget the exact country. I can't believe that I don't remember this, but there was, the entire family was wiped out by a gunman. So it does happen. My problem with the story is that it's stupid. And the reason that I say that is not, you might counter with, well, John, you host TY2 in the common room. You cover stupid stories constantly. That's true. But I don't pretend that they're newsworthy just by their very nature. I'm willing to say they're stupid, but they're fun to talk about. The problem with the baby coverage is all these people tuning into CNN and MSNBC and Fox News think that they're following the news. They think that they're being educated about what's going on in the world, but it's basically Kim Kardashian and Kanye West all over again. There's no substantive difference between the two, and that's my problem.
My final point on this, unless I vent more, is they're not your friends. I mean, I love you, right? But like everybody's like, oh my, they feel like they know Kate Middleton and they know Prince what's-his-face, right? And so it's William, right? Okay. And they're like, oh, they had a kid. That's so nice. I wonder if I'll go over. No, you won't go over. Okay, because they're not really your friends. They don't know you. They probably don't care to know you. Okay, and nothing against them. They're just people that happen to be stuck in that situation. Yeah. So, and that goes for all the celebrity culture. I can't help more. And then the dude in the funny hat comes out. Can you imagine if we did it with our royalty? I mean, John mentioned Kim Kardashian, Kanye West. They had a kid. We went nuts over it. Not we as in the Young Turks, but in the U.S. Okay. But if the dude in the funny hat came out and I do declare on the date of July 22nd of 2013, North by Northwest was born. Yeah. Do we have the guy on tape?
Oh yay! Oh yay! On this day, the 22nd of July, in the year 2013, we welcome on humble duty a future king, the firstborn of the Royal Highness, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, the third in line to the throne.
He went to audition at Pirates of the Caribbean, and they were like, dude, you're over the top. Yeah, bring it down. I can't have you. Okay.
I expected that the ghost of Christmas Future was going to pop out from behind him there, the way he was like orating and everything.
But there's a certain level of romanticism to it. I feel like Americans, we don't have royalty, but, you know, especially girls, they're daydreaming about princes and princesses, which is boring. But, you know, at least, you know, and these people are real people. They exist, and they're royal, and it's kind of this odd fascination, the same way we're fascinated with reality TV, not me personally. But in general, I get it. I get it.
You're right. And they're pretty, and look, and how did our royalty, you know, I joke around about Kim Kardashian, Kanye, how did they get there? Kanye, okay, he did some interesting songs. Kim did an interesting porn tape, right? So let's keep it real. I mean, we're not much better off. But I love the indifference as the cars drive by. Like, this is supposed to be the most important thing. Oh, yay! Oh, yay! Like, guys, like, dude, I got to get to work, man.
Yeah, seriously. And the baby's going to be around for a while.
Yeah, and super finally, all of this would be news and it would be interesting if this was like the Game of Thrones, right? Like, oh, there's a baby. Oh, damn, don't let Littlefinger get his fingers on it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and then they're like, oh, ooh, Prince Harry, now he slips the fourth in the order. Unless all of a sudden they all go to a wedding together, right?
Or if a vagina monster comes after him or something.
Yeah, right. Then we'd be having fun.
Yeah. No, actually, if Sansa got pregnant, I'd be way more into it. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
But what difference does it make anyway? Because Daenerys already has the dragons, and the White Walkers will probably come over the wall.